Hey Dream Up Reads, have you ever heard of this book?
The Millionaire Next Door? Yeah, I've heard of it. Isn't it about how real millionaires live?
Exactly. It's fascinating. They don't live these extravagant lifestyles. They're actually really good at budgeting and investing.
That's interesting. So they live in modest homes and drive average cars?
Yep, and they're very disciplined with their finances. It's all about smart money management.
I'd love to hear more about this book.
So I was reading this book, The Millionaire Next Door, and it totally blew my mind. It really changed how I think about wealth and financial success.
Yeah, it's fascinating, right? We often think of millionaires as those driving fancy cars and living in huge mansions, but in reality they might not be millionaires at all. They could just be putting on a show.
Exactly. They might be drowning in debt just trying to keep up appearances. The pressure to maintain that lifestyle can be overwhelming.
On the other hand, the real millionaires, the ones who built their wealth over time, often live pretty normal lives. They focus on financial stability and long-term growth rather than flashy displays of wealth.
Think about it. You see someone driving a brand new Ferrari, you might assume they're loaded. But appearances can be deceiving.
Right, what if they finance that car with a loan they can barely afford? They might be stretching their finances to the limit.
And what if they're living paycheck to paycheck just to maintain that image of wealth? The stress and anxiety of financial instability can be immense.
Now imagine someone else. They drive an older car, maybe live in a modest home, but they own their house outright. They prioritize financial security over luxury.
They have zero debt and a healthy investment portfolio. Their wealth is built on solid financial principles and careful planning.
So who's actually wealthier in that scenario? The answer might surprise you. True wealth is often hidden behind modesty and prudent financial choices.
Today, we're diving into one of the biggest lessons from the Millionaire Next Door.
Yeah, it's all about valuing financial independence over flashy stuff. True millionaires aren't impressed by luxury cars or designer clothes.
Exactly. They're more focused on building wealth and security for their families.
Think about it. When you're financially independent, you have options.
Right. You're not stuck in a job you hate just to pay the bills.
You can take risks, follow your passions, and live life on your own terms.
That's the essence of true wealth, freedom and security.
So many people get caught up in the rat race, chasing promotions, bigger paychecks, and nicer cars.
But the reality is, you can have all the material possessions in the world, but if you're not financially secure, you're still living paycheck to paycheck.
The key takeaway? Shift your mindset.
Where millionaires actually put their money.
Yeah, it's really interesting. You'd think they'd be all about flashy cars and mansions, right? But no, they often live in modest homes and make practical financial decisions.
Exactly. These folks are smart investors. They know how to make their money work for them, focusing on growing their wealth steadily and securely.
One key takeaway is that many millionaires are business owners or self-employed. This gives them more control over their income and financial future.
Right, they understand the power of owning their own income stream and building something of value. This entrepreneurial spirit is a significant factor in their financial success.
And they're not afraid to take calculated risks. They invest in themselves and their ideas, which often leads to substantial rewards.
They also understand the importance of diversification. By spreading their investments, they minimize risk and maximize potential returns.
Yeah, they don't put all their eggs in one basket. They spread their investments across a variety of assets like real estate, stocks, bonds, and even businesses.
This diversified approach helps them weather market fluctuations and build long-term wealth. By planning for the long term, they ensure their financial stability and growth.
Another interesting point is that millionaires are often frugal. They budget carefully and live within their means, which allows them to save and invest more effectively.
Absolutely. So, if you're looking to emulate their success, consider adopting some of these strategies. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next episode.
4. The Millionaire's Dilemma. Should you spoil your kids?
So, let's dive into one of the most intriguing topics from the Millionaire Next Door. How do millionaires handle their wealth when it comes to their kids? It's all about the dynamics of financial parenting and its long-term effects. Yeah, it's a tricky balance, right? Providing for their future without killing their drive and ambition. Many parents wrestle with how much financial support is too much.
Absolutely. The book points out that many millionaires do support their kids financially, even when they're adults. This support can come in various forms and is often seen as a way to ensure their success. Exactly. It could be helping with a down payment on a house, covering education costs, or even supporting them during tough times. Or providing a safety net that lets their kids take risks and follow their passions without the fear of financial ruin.
On the surface, it seems like a loving gesture, right? I mean, who wouldn't want to give their child the best start in life? But the book also digs into the potential downsides. It raises some important questions about the long-term impact of such financial support. Yeah, like when kids grow up with that financial security from their parents, it can sometimes affect their own motivation to build wealth. They might not develop the same financial discipline.
They might not feel the same urgency to work hard, save, and invest wisely. This lack of urgency can lead to poor financial decisions and a lack of personal growth. They might lack that fire in their belly because they know they have a financial cushion to fall back on. This can create a sense of complacency.
The book argues that the most financially dependent children often end up receiving the largest inheritances. This can perpetuate a cycle of dependency and entitlement rather than fostering independence and self-reliance.
Hey, have you ever wondered why some kids who grow up with everything handed to them stay spoiled?
Yeah, actually, I was reading The Millionaire Next Door and it really got me thinking about that. They call it the inheritance trap.
Oh, interesting. So, what does the book say about it?
Well, it suggests that kids who get a lot of financial help from their parents often end up being the most financially dependent. It's kind of counterintuitive, right?
Totally. I guess if you know you're going to inherit a lot of money, it might kill your drive to work hard and take risks.
Exactly. The book argues that this can create a sense of entitlement. Kids might expect financial support and not develop the same work ethic or financial discipline as those who have to earn their own way.
That makes sense. But of course, not all kids of wealthy parents are spoiled or lack ambition, right?
Right, it's definitely not a one-size-fits-all situation, but it's a good reminder to think about how financial support can impact long-term behavior.
How millionaires actually live. Not the Hollywood version, but real-life millionaires.
Oh, totally. I used to think they all lived in mansions with sports cars and private jets. But then I read The Millionaire Next Door and it blew my mind.
Right? One of the biggest myths the book busts is that image of extravagant lifestyles.
Yeah, it's crazy. The book reveals that many millionaires actually live surprisingly modest lives.
Exactly. They're more likely to drive a used Toyota than a brand new Ferrari.
And they're more interested in investing their money wisely than spending it on flashy status symbols.
True wealth isn't about showing off. It's about financial security and freedom. That's what really matters to them.
It's such a different perspective, isn't it? Makes you rethink what it means to be successful.
Absolutely. It's all about living a simple, secure life and making smart financial choices.
Have you ever wondered if becoming a millionaire is all about luck?
You know, I used to think that too, but after reading the book, I realized it's not about luck at all.
Really? So what's the secret then?
Well, the book talks about the millionaire mindset. It's all about adopting the right mindset, developing smart financial habits, and being disciplined with your money.
That makes sense. So it's not just for a select few.
Exactly. The book debunks the myth that becoming a millionaire is an unattainable dream. Anyone, regardless of their background, can learn how to build wealth.
So it's not about luck, inheritance, or hitting the lottery?
Nope. It's about education, hard work, and a willingness to learn from your mistakes. The book emphasizes that becoming a millionaire is a learnable skill, just like anything else in life.
Wow, that's really inspiring. I guess it's time to start developing those smart financial habits.
Absolutely. And remember, it's never too late to start.
Have you ever wondered what the real deal is with America's wealthy?
Oh, totally. There are so many myths out there. But after reading The Millionaire Next Door, my perspective completely changed.
Really? What did you find most surprising?
For starters, it debunks a lot of stereotypes about millionaires. Like, not all of them are born with silver spoons in their mouths.
That's fascinating. So what's the real story then?
The book reveals that many millionaires are actually self-made. They come from humble beginnings and work their way up through hard work, determination, and smart financial decisions.
Wow, that's really inspiring. So it's not just about luck or inheritance.
Exactly. The book highlights that wealth is often built over time through consistent effort, disciplined saving, and wise investments.
That makes a lot of sense. It's reassuring to know that financial success is achievable with the right mindset and habits.
Absolutely, it's all about making smart choices and staying committed to your financial goals.
Oh, I love that book. It really breaks down the habits and behaviors that build wealth.
Absolutely. So what stood out to you the most?
Well, one of the key takeaways is that building wealth isn't just about earning a high income. It's more about how you manage and invest your money.
That's so true. The book really emphasizes the importance of financial discipline.
Exactly. Millionaires tend to budget carefully, track their expenses, and live below their means, even if they can afford to spend more.
Right, it's all about being smart with your money. They're also avid savers and investors.
Yes, they consistently put money aside for the future and make their money work for them.
That's really insightful. I think I need to start adopting some of these habits.
Definitely. Building a strong financial foundation is key.
Oh, I love that book. It's such an eye-opener, especially when it comes to understanding the real face of wealth.
Absolutely. It really shatters the stereotypes we have about millionaires, doesn't it?
For sure. You'd think it's all about flashy cars and designer clothes, but it's not.
Exactly. The book shows that true wealth is often hidden in plain sight. Like it could be our unassuming neighbors or the parents of our friends.
Yeah, and it's more about financial security and freedom, living life on your own terms without the stress of debt.
That's the real face of wealth. It's so inspiring to think that anyone can achieve it with the right mindset and habits.
Definitely, it's all about making smart financial choices and staying grounded. Oh, I love that book. It's incredible how it breaks down the habits and secrets of millionaires. What stood out to you the most?
Honestly, the idea that living below your means can be so powerful was a game changer for me. It's such a simple yet profound concept.
Absolutely, and their emphasis on financial independence over a flashy lifestyle really opened my eyes. It's not about what you earn, but what you keep.
Exactly. The book is packed with practical advice. I think anyone serious about building wealth should definitely give it a read.
Couldn't agree more. It's all about making smarter financial decisions and securing a better future for yourself and your family.
So true. And for our listeners ready to take control of their finances, don't forget to subscribe for more tips and insights on achieving financial success.